Hey, so it is a gloomy day, and I was just about to pick a book and a new book and do some reading this afternoon. And I was looking at my stack, and I figured I would do a little book haul, or I guess it's not that little, actually. Some of these books were just a little treat yourself gifts to myself, and some of them were birthday gifts. My birthday was on March 8th, so I got some new reading material for my birthday. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. So the first book I got, my sweet friend Zoe gave me, and it is her favorite Murakami book because we were talking about books, and she loves Murakami, and I shared with her that I'd never read any of his stuff, and she said that this was her favorite, and she got it for me for my birthday. So yes, it's a very thick read, so I am a little intimidated, I'm not gonna lie. I don't usually read hunky books like this, but I'm intrigued, and I'm very curious and excited because she's got great taste, and it's about time that I read some Murakami. And yeah, this is what I'm looking forward to getting to, but just a little intimidated. The next one I actually purchased because I've heard a lot about this author, and it is How Long Till Black Future Month by N.K. Jemisin, and she is quite a prolific science fiction writer. I think she's more of a contemporary writer, but she's gotten a lot of attention for her work and received quite a few literary awards. She has quite a famous trilogy that I haven't read, but I love short stories, so I thought I would start with this, and I'm trying to get into science fiction. It's a genre that I don't really dabble in that much, but my boyfriend loves science fiction, so he sometimes passes on things that he thinks I'm gonna enjoy. So I thought I would pick one of my own, and this is what called my name. So I'm excited to read it. I know that the title is a little misleading because this is the title of one of her essays, or one of her stories, but this story in particular isn't part of this collection, so that's a little puzzling, but I'm really stoked for this. I think the first, my introduction to science fiction was actually Ted Chiang's Stories of Your Life and Others, and I loved that book. Actually, where are you? Aha. I loved this guy. I actually was listening to a podcast, and that podcast was talking about a individual short story by Ted Chiang that isn't part of this collection. I'm trying to remember what it was called. I'll link it down below because it was phenomenal. I loved it. It was really thought-provoking, and that kind of led me to pick up this book, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And this was kind of like my introductory text for science fiction. And then I've since read a few other books, but yeah, I'm excited to kind of get back to that style of just being immersed into a story that only lasts a few pages. I think it's pretty impressive for science fiction writers to do that in such a short amount of, I was gonna say time, but just they have such a limited page count to craft an entirely different world and a compelling story and interesting new characters that I find that incredibly impressive. So yes, I'm very excited for this guy. All right, the next book I have here was actually recommended by a couple that came into my work, and they actually read this they read an essay by this author in one of their classes in college, and they wanted more, so they bought his book, and I wrote it down and bought it too. So it's called Bland Fanatics, Liberals, Race, and Empire by Panjak Mishra. This is obviously nonfiction, critical essays exploring our current reality and capitalism and all that good stuff. I don't know very much about it, but it just sounded very good to me and intriguing, so here we are. I'll read you guys the little blurb to so we can all get a sense of what I'm in for here. All right, so it says, in America and England, faltering economies at home and failed wars abroad have generated a political and intellectual hysteria. It is a derangement manifested in a number of ways: nostalgia for imperialism, xenophobic paranoia, and denunciation of an allegedly intolerant left. These symptoms can be found even among the most informed of Anglo-America. In Bland Fanatics, Panjak Mishra examines the politics and culture of this hysteria, challenging the dominant established discourses of our times. In essays that grapple with the meaning and content of Anglo-American liberalism and its relations with colonialism, the global South, Islam, and humanitarian wars. Excuse me. Mishra confronts writers such as Jordan Peterson, Neil Ferguson, and Salman Rushdie. He describes the doubling down of an intelligentsia against a background of weakening Anglo-American hegemony, and he explores the commitments of Ta-Nehisi Coates and the ideological determinations of The Economist. These essays provide a vantage point from which to understand the current crisis and its deep origins. So this sounds phenomenal. I'm really looking forward to this. It'll bring me back to my college days, and I'm not mad about it at all. So yeah. All right, and then the last physical new book that I have here is Detransition Baby by Tori Peters, and I am stoked for this. I watched Sage's video and they mention it, and I was already sold. Anything they recommend, I'm there, like, add to the cart, let's go. But Steffi from, what is her channel called? Perks of Steph. She's doing a little, like, book club, or not even, it's like a little readathon with another booktuber, and I thought I'd jump in the bandwagon. And I've seen this book circulating, and this just gave me more of a reason to get it than I already had. So yeah, I think this is the one I'm gonna start right after this video, because it just sounds so good, and I'm very excited about this one. Hi, hello. This is not working. Let me just prop you guys up. This is future me realizing that I never explained what Detransition Baby was about, so I figured I'd come on here and just say that, say what it's about. So it is about a trans woman named Reese who is dating another trans woman named Amy, and Amy starts to detransition to Ames, and Reese has always wanted to be a mother and experience motherhood, and when they break up, Ames actually gets a woman pregnant, and so they try and raise this child, the three of them. So that is the premise of this book, and I am about 40 pages in, and I am loving it. It is so good, very interesting. I don't know how this is gonna play out. I am very intrigued. And yes, that is, those are my thoughts on it thus far. This is not gonna turn into a vlog, a reading vlog. I just was thinking about it, and I was like, I never even talked about this book. What the heck, Iggy? I don't even have this YouTube thing down, clearly. So apologies. We shall resume with the next clip of me talking about another book. So bye. The other two that I ordered, they're on their way. Whenever we order books, like, we don't know exactly when they're gonna arrive. It's usually within like two-ish weeks, but I ordered On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, which I know I'm so late to the party. Like, everyone and their mother has already read that and has loved it. So I am stoked to read it myself and finally get my hands on this book that has been circulating the booktube community for quite some time. And the other one I got was another book of essays called Tomorrow Sex Will Be Good Again, Women in Desire in the Age of Consent. I don't need to say anything else. That's pretty much what the book is about. It's quite, from what I gathered, it's quite a like academic read from some of the reviews that I've read. So I guess I'm going back to school this this month with this guy and Bland Fanatics. Yeah, we get a little like newsletter of just interesting reads, and that this book was on one of them, and it just sounded really interesting to me, so I ordered a couple, and I'm waiting for that to get in to the store. So I'm looking forward to it. It sounds incredibly interesting and pertinent to in the wake of the Me Too movement and just in our current landscape. So yeah, I think it'll be a good informative read. So I'm also looking forward to that one as well. So yes, that is all I have for you today. Yeah, that's what I will be reading for the next few weeks. Let me know what you're reading, and if you've read any of these, I'd love to know what you thought of them. And yes, I will see you all very soon, and I hope you're having a beauty of a day.